Here are 4 things that impressed me in the second fight between Jon Jones and Alexander Gustafsson. Coming up. If you want to master MMA fundamentals, check out my instructional called MMA Essential Lessons Part 2. In it you will learn about boxing, Muay Thai, grappling, clinch wrestling, ground and pound, boxing into takedowns, and takedown defense. Check out the link in the description below. Hi, my name is Mark Leichner from MMAcoach.net, and today I'll be talking about the second fight between Jon Jones and Alexander Gustafsson, and the 4 things that impressed me the most. I'm not going to talk about whether Jones used performance-enhancing drugs or not, and would like to avoid this debate in the comments. He might have used them or not, but this video is not about that. It's about the technical and tactical intricacies used by both fighters. So let's dive in. Number 1 is Jones's distance management. While Gustafsson is 1 inch taller than Jones, he does have a reach disadvantage, but better boxing. In order to use his superior boxing, Gustafsson needed to shorten the distance, but was denied by Jones most of the time. Jones used a wide variety of kicks to keep him at bay. He hit Gus's knee with the oblique and the side kick. He used push kicks or teeps to the body, middle kicks, high kicks, and elbows. He also switched stances frequently and attempted takedowns. As the commentator and fighter Dominic Cruz said, he provided different looks to Gus in order to keep him guessing. That meant that Gus couldn't use his boxing effectively like he did in the first fight.
Jon, he knew exactly what to do to stop my footwork and stop my movement and my flow, you know, my distance, and so he just made sure I couldn't move anymore. That was it.
Number 2 is Gustafsson's takedown defense. He was able to defend multiple takedown attempts, and most of them with ease. There was one where he struggled to defend, but still managed to do it. The last one he didn't, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. Number 3 is Jones's tactics and mindset. Instead of him being the pressure like in the first fight, Jones allowed Gustafsson to chase after him, which allowed him to pick Gus apart from distance and slowly weaken him. Even when Jones ran away from Gustafsson, you could see it in his posture that he was confident that his tactics will eventually pay off, and it did.
My dad said something interesting to me before he left the hotel room. He said, "Don't chase Gustafsson tonight." People cheered last time whenever he would run away from me, and he said, "Don't chase him. Do not chase him." You know, and that really rung in my head in the locker room and things like that. And so I changed it up and kind of Gustafsson. I did the running, I did the backing away. And it worked out. I got to display my footwork. Tonight he was kind of plotty, marching forward the whole time. He kept saying he wanted to put pressure on me. And I backed up and I made sure I scored points. And I kept him guessing with level changes, actual shots, kicks and punches. And yeah, I don't know. I think maybe his aggression worked against him.
He knew exactly what he was doing at all times and was able to implement it. After he damaged Gus's shin and calf, he was able to get the double leg takedown and ended up on top on the ground, where he's absolutely brutal. Number 4 is Jones's top control and positional awareness. After getting the takedown, Jones was able to defeat Gustafsson pretty quickly and easily. On a side note, I do believe that the referee did stop the fight too early and that more time could have been allowed for Gus to defend. But I don't believe that the outcome would have been any different. Jones was able to progress from guard, where he delivered elbows, to half guard, to side control, and finally to a back mount with 1 hook in, where he finished the fight. Here are a few things that stood out. He stepped over Gus's arm from half guard, which is what is usually done from side control. Later he did it from that position. Gus defended by releasing the squeeze on Jones's legs, which allowed him to step over and get to side control easily. Here is exactly the same situation during my last fight way back in 2008. I stepped over my opponent's arm, thus forcing him to abandon the hold on my leg in order to defend. That allowed me to easily go to side control. In side control, Jones stepped over the arm again, but made a slight mistake by keeping his head a bit high. That allowed Gustafsson to escape with his arm and prevent the side control crucifix. But Jones was able to keep him from turning completely with a half Nelson. Then he proceeded to back mount with one hook and finished the fight from there. Many MMA champions use ground and pound as their go-to strategy. If you want to learn how to do it properly, check out my total ground and pound blueprint instructional. The link is in the description. That was a great performance by Jon Jones. Do you think he could have done anything better? Do you think Gustafsson could have won this fight if he did something differently? If so, what? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, like it and share it, and you can also subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to take your MMA training further, check out my instructionals. My name is Mark Leichner from MMAcoach.net, and I will see you again in the next video.